Hello to our fellow millennials and mga taga-TPG, no? Mga viewers natin. My name is Harold Gardon. I'm the Millennial Wealth Planner. And welcome to the 32nd episode of the Late Night Tambayan with TPG and MWP. So if hindi ka makatulog, no, dito ka na lang tumambay kung saan tayo magdi-discuss at mag-chill lang about personal finance and life in general. So partner?
Yes, one Shanghao. Ayan, at
Yan,
Mandarin.
one siya na.
Yan ako lang yung isa kong laptop. Ayan, ba't ako nag-Mandarin? Because syempre tonight we will learn about basic Mandarin. So, yan, stay tuned po and mamaya meron tayong special guest na magdi-discuss about basic Mandarin. I'm Bill Christian Temanel, founder and content creator of The Prudent Generation. Bakit nga ba namin ginawa itong late night tambayan? Because as millennials, marami tayong mga goals sa buhay, marami tayong gustong abutin or asamin. Kaya nandito kami to help you, not just only sa area ng finances, kundi on other aspects din sa buhay natin. Kaya nga, di ba, meron yung topic ngayon about Mandarin. And ano ba yung ibang reason pa, partner, ba't natin ginawa ito late night tambayan?
Ayan. So, syempre, partner, no, kadalasan talaga, hirap talaga tayo matulog. So, palagi nating sinasabi na kesa na mag-hashtag Netflix tayo, mag-hashtag parang LearnFlix tayo. So, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, live tayo, no, yung 11 to 12 natin. So, manood lang po kayo dahil marami tayong matututunan dito. And we want to add value, no, not only to our clients, but syempre dun sa network natin and to give influence. Kaya nga dito sa Late Night Tambayan, hindi lang tayo about money. Meron dito mga inspirational stories, no, about business, and ngayon nga, about foreign language naman. So, partner, may
Yes,
ano tayo, no? Yeah, go.
syempre, meron tayong pa-contest every night. And ito nga ay yung pa-Gcash natin. At kung sino yung mag-share from the TPG, FB page, and magko-comment sa Millennial Wealth Planner YouTube channel. So, ayan, i-share nyo po. And aside sa pag-share, maganda na i-heart din po natin or react on our live session for tonight. Pwede rin po kayo mag-comment if you have questions about our topic or if you have feedback or suggestions sa mga topics and mga feedback din kung paano rin namin mapapa-improve yung aming show. And ayun nga, dami ko nasabi. So, mamaya at 12 a.m. or at the end of, before this show will end, magtatanong kami kung sino yung makakasagot ng tama ay siya ang mananalo ng 50 pesos Gcash courtesy of me and kay Mr. MWP. So, hindi man kalakihan, pero ito nga lagi sinasabi ni partner, ano nga yun?
Ayan. So, yung 50 pesos ay pwede nyong ibili ng Bitcoin, no? Check nyo lang yung YouTube channel ni MWP at meron ako dong tutorial, no, kung paano kayo makakabili ng Bitcoin through GCash and Coins.ph. So, sa mga magtatanong, no, later, share nyo na to doon sa mga friends nyo. Papakita ko yung graph ng Bitcoin. Alam mo ba, ang Bitcoin ngayon ay kahapon or kanina pumalo ng 600,000 per Bitcoin. So, grabe na ho yung presyo niya, no? From 300 2 months or 3 months ago or last month lang ata. So yon. So yan nga po, pa-share po no nung ating mga para mas marami tayong matulungan na tao. So yun po, and pengi rin pong heart para lalo pong magising ang ating guest speaker na i-introduce ko na ho. Okay? So etong guest speaker natin, naging teacher namin ni Bill, no? At ako ngayon ay kumukuha rin sa kanya. Nandun kami sa process of finishing yung first course. Lao Shi yung tawag ko sa kanya kasi yung Lao Shi, ibig sabihin ho nun sa Chinese, sana tama, about a teacher, no? Teaching language, no? A language teacher. So, ang guest speaker natin ngayon, she graduated with a bachelor degree in secondary education, major in education from Our Lady of the Pilar College sa Kawayan, Isabela. So, she used to work in the BPO industry sa Mandaluyong, studied and lived in China for 2 years. Kaya ho, talagang legit ho to, no? Sa, kumbaga sa term ng mga millennials, legit to, hindi po to fake news. At talagang nag-aral siya at pinag-aralan at na-feel niya yung culture sa China. So, she used to work for an online ESL company and in a tertiary school as a foreign language teacher. So she started the online basic Mandarin 101 during nung lockdown as a personal short-time project fundraiser for her students. So hindi ko alam, no, na fundraiser pala to nung time na yon. Alam nyo, sinasabi nga natin, no, na during nung ginawa rin namin tong late night tambayan ni partner, parang alam mo yun, sabi nila pag during that lockdown, dapat may natutunan kang bago. 'Di ba? Kung hindi, parang you don't lack the time, you lack the discipline. Kaya sabi ko, okay, I need to learn something. No, I need to learn something. Eh, di naman natin alam kung masasakop tayo or hindi. Pero ang point ko doon, hindi yun. No? Ang point ko doon, partner, ito na talaga yung language of the world. Kasi grabe ho, nung pumunta kami ng Japan, pumunta kami ng Singapore, parang mas maraming marunong mag-Mandarin kaysa sa English. So yan, especially dito no sa Asia. So currently, she's now a freelancer teaching English and Mandarin to Filipinos and foreigners. And sa mga gusto rin pong kumuha sa kanya, later di-discuss niya no kasi multi-talented po itong guest speaker natin. Marami po siyang ginagawa. So without further ado, our guest speaker for tonight si Miss Lyn Uy. So hi Lyn, good evening.
Ay,
One shot
naimbag
out.
na Rabi.
Yeah. How are you?
Multi-language.
我很好，非常好。你
Yeah,
呢？
yeah. Nina,
Wala.
Nina. How?
Hindi na.
Sabi nga,
How in
Alright, guys, I'm gonna speak I'm gonna use English and Tagalog, so no, you don't have to worry about that.
ayan. So,
Okay,
ano? Okay, partner.
Ayan, so multi-language kasi si Miss Lyn ay ngayon live na live from Isabela. So ano ko po siya, kababayan, kaprobinsya. So I'm also from Isabela, from San Isidro. Although napakalaki po na Isabela, one of the largest province here in our country. And one of the trivia. Ayan, partner.
Ayan, so sa mga hindi pala nakakaalam, during yung mga first few years ko kay ProLife UK, nagtatrabaho, nasa Colgate Palmolive po ako before as a customer development manager and naging area ko ho ang Isabela. So masasabi ko lang, mura ho sa Isabela ang mga bilihin, simple ang buhay po doon, grabe, as in yung gastos doon kumpara dito sa Maynila ay ibang-iba. At fresh po, grabe ang lawak po. Ang problema ko lang talaga nun ang hirap lang po talaga makapunta kasi nung ginagawa yung daan, alam mo yun, ginagawa yung daan para umabot ako mga 13 hours. Pero kung gagamitin nyo yung Victory Liner na parang Class A ba yun, partner, comfortable naman siya. Tsaka gustong-gusto ko yung red rice, alam nyo yun, yung red rice dun. Hindi ko alam, parang sa Vizcaya may stopover tas red rice. Yan. So syempre, no, sa mga nanonood nga pala sa atin, pa-comment naman po kung loud and clear, no? Kung okay ba yung natin, yung audio natin. And shout out pala kay Jay, no? Kay Jay de la Cruz kasi classmate ko siya, no? Ka-classmate ko siya na kami magka-batch ngayon. Tsaka kay Sir Leo, nanonood si Sir Leo. Ayan. So sa mga nanonood, no, you can comment #TeamLive or #TeamReplay for later. Kung may mga tanong kayo no, about the culture of China o yung about learning Mandarin, later feel free to comment as babasahin natin yan. So syempre dito, Lausher, meron kaming culture, no? And part of the introduction is we will watch TikTok videos and then we will react. So isama ka na namin sa pag-react. So partner?
Yes, before ko share yung ating mga TikTok videos, mabilis sa shoutout sa manonood sa TPG page kay Miss Lizelle Galang, hello Lucas Marvin, Leonardo Nidera, Azul Folon, Naga Bot, Wilfredo Ramos, Danny Gulen, Rona Tagarda at kay Carl Froilan. Yung maayong gabi sa Cebu. So, yung mga TikTok videos natin, syempre Mandarin yung topic ay related din doon sa magiging topic which are related sa Chinese or China. So, hindi po kami magbabanggit na negative about lang tayo dito, good vibes.
Good vibes.
So, yung first, unahin natin yung about sa Chinoy. Ayan. So, mga Chinese surnames. So, medyo mahaba-haba itong video na to. So, sana wag kayo antukin. Parang 1 minute yata yung video na to. Yan. Panoorin natin yung first video.
Chinese surnames. Traditionally, a married woman keeps her name unchanged, without adopting her husband's surname, whereas a child would inherit his or her father's surname. This is still the norm in mainland China. Though the marriage law states that a child may use either parent's surname, 我的名字叫蔡尚达， Tai is a Chinese surname that is derived from the name of the ancient Tai state. In 2019, it was the 38th most common surname in mainland China, 9th most common in Taiwan, and 8th most common in Singapore. In the Philippines, it is romanized as Chua or Chua. Chua is a person of Asian descent, usually of Chinese ethnicity, who is often good-looking and financially successful.
Mm.
Like niya, first
Ayan,
video.
Doucher, baka gusto mo mauna.
All right. In his statement, yes, they usually practice that one until now. So usually sa first child. And pag second child na, it's okay that the parents, pag two child, I'm sorry, pag pangalawang anak na, either yung apelido ng mother ang kukunin or yung father pa rin. There could be a choice. But when it comes to having children, they still have this one child policy because of the population. But ito yung hindi gaano alam ng karamihan na hindi rin, meron siyang, how do you say this? Pwedeng dalawang anak. But depends. For example, your father is the only child in the family and then the mother is the only child in the family. If they got married together, they can have 2 children. But if the father is the only child and the mother has a brother or sister, isa lang dapat ang anak. So that to keep the family line alive. And yes, they still like male as the firstborn. Kasi is important yung family name. Pero some family din, they do not want to have a male son kasi minsan burden na, especially in the modern society. Why? Nandito na to, magkoconnect to. Why? Kasi when it comes to relationship, lalaki ang pinakamabigat ng posisyon. You should have, number 1, money, house, car, and a good job. Pag wala to mga to, like house, car, everything, yung family, yung parents ang magbibigay dapat ng bahay, medyo burden na sa iba. Tapos kung panganay ay babae, sumunod na kapatid ay lalaki at tamad yung lalaki, burden ng ate. Kaya yung iba mas gusto nila ang female daughters kasi they'll just have to take care of them, then find a guy who will take care of her. Ganun naman yun. Yeah.
Nice.
The
Interesting, no?
story, though, when it comes to when it comes to the last name, yes, marami actually depends on the dynasty din. The history of China is so marami, masyadong marami. Depende sa dynasty. Like yung Uy or We. This one. Uy or We is both correct. I noticed sa city, they would say Uy, right? That's like the Spanish, yung na-influence ng Spanish, Uy. But in English, it would be like we. But we, kasi yung sa Pinyin, UI will become like UI, so way. Ka-close na yung tone ng we. In the province, we prefer we than uy. Kasi, especially I really don't like uy. Masyado ako nabully ng uy. Uy!
Ayan.
So, diba? Careful. Ask first kung uy o we ang gusto niyang pronunciation. Do not impose, please.
Okay. So, grabe, no? Ang dami natin natutunan. Isang video pa lang yun. So, if you want to learn more, and help your fellow friends, no? Yung friends mo na matuto about the culture and the language, i-share mo na itong video na to kasi later marami tayong i-discuss. So, sa akin yung reaction ko naman doon, no? Kaya pala, siguro trivia na lang din kasi ang dami nang sinabi ni Lausher doon. Pero dito sa Philippines, nasa law, no, na kung nagpakasal ang babae, pwedeng hindi niya kunin yung last name ng lalaki. Pero hindi kasi siya naging custom. Pero ngayon pala, kaya pala minsan nagtataka ako, meron akong mga kakilala na yung mga Filipino at Chinese, no, na hindi nila kinukuha yung last name ng asawa nila pag babae sila. Kasi yun pala, no, sa mainland China, ganun pala yun, no. Hindi pala parang required na kunin. And ganun din pala doon sa second born na anak. So yan, gandang trivia. Ikaw naman, partner?
Yes, ang dami nang sabi, dami naming bagong natutunan. Pero personally, parang nung bata ako, gusto maging Chinese. Kasi mahilig ako sa pansit. Hanggang ngayon naman mahilig pa rin naman ako sa pansit. And ayun, I like Chinese culture. Hanggang ngayon nanonood ako ng mga Chinese series. I love Chinese series, mga Chinese movies, 'di ba? Before yung mga comedy na mga Kung Fu Hustle. And ngayon, hindi lang naman K-drama ang sikat or ano, pero yan, you can also explore Chinese series and actually meron din Chinese anime eh. Hindi lang talaga siya sikat. So ayun, maraming ma-explore na something about Chinese culture and their tradition. And yung second video natin, ano siya, hindi na mahaba, for ano lang to, good vibes. At ano pala, trivia. So TikTok, meron kasing Chinese version. So syempre yung mga social media platforms, wala naman siya sa mainland China, so they have their own application sa phone. So ito ay galing sa Douyin. So ito yung Chinese TikTok. So let's watch this video for ano lang siya, for good vibes. I-replay natin.
姐姐，吃火锅，我就听爸爸，没听了，不是哟。
Ayun,
Tayo?
i-replay lang. Ano sa yung partner at saka
Ayan.
Need a
Lausher, hindi ko
translation?
naintindihan. Ano ba sabi niya?
binanggit.
Wait, the first part, could you play that part again? The first part, he said like, life is bitter, ku is bitter, tie at ate, tie is ate, right? Tie ate.
Yeah.
And then he said, 生活很苦, life is bitter. I am sweet. Yung sabi niya, wo tian, I am sweet. Lai, pau pau is hug. Lai, come hug me. So, ate, bitter ang life, pero ako ay sweet. Halika, yakapin mo ako, tas tomorrow, smile na.
Wow, ang cute naman.
Nice. Okay. So, hindi ko napansin na siya pala yun, no? Alam ko lesson 2 ata natin pinag-aralan, no? Lesson 3 yan. Iba yung font eh. Malabo. Okay. Ayan. So, ang ganda nung ang ganda nung yung buti na lang nandito si Lausher, no, to translate. Ayan, sa mga viewers natin, kung nakyutan kayo, kindly send some heart naman, no? Kindly send some heart. Ayan. So, yun, ako agree ako sa sinabi niya, no, na life is bitter, pero we are sweet, no? So, tayo yung nagpapasweet nung buhay. Kaya bittersweet, yun na lang. Partner?
Yes, so sabi ko lang dito ay cute. Ang cute ng bata. Marami ng mga Chinese na kapag bata, di ba, ang cute. So, yun lang yung sasabi ko. Ayan. So, yung mga TikTok videos natin. Yan naman magbibigay si partner ng mga updates.
Yan. So, bigyan lang ko ng updates about our economy and what happened, no? Nung bata ako, cute din ako eh. Pero ngayon, parang hindi na ata masyado. Sabi nila, pag bata daw, tas medyo healthy, swerte daw yun. Pero pag tumatanda ka, parang hindi mo na gusto masyadong ganun. Na-stuck ako dun sa cute na healthy na bata. So, ayan. So, according to Business Mirror, no, nakakagulat, pero masayang news to kasi sabi, June remittances up by 7.7% amid recession. So, di ba nakita natin, because of the lockdown and because of what's happening sa buong mundo, maraming umuwi na OFWs. Pero nakakapagtaka dahil kahit maraming umuwi, tumaas yung mga pinadala nila. So according dito, no, this is 7.7% compared to June 2019 at ang total cash remittance na napadala this month is 2.4 billion dollars. So ganun po kalaki ang binibigay ng mga kapwa nating OFW, mga bagong bayani, no, sa ating ekonomiya. Ganun po kalaki per month halos. So kung meron po kayong family member dito na OFW, saludo po kami sa inyong sakripisyo and pengin na rin po ng heart dahil doon. Ayan. Tapos sabi nga dito, no, yung ang nawala daw kasi, ang nag-decline daw na OFW ay yung mga seaman, no, yung mga seafarers natin, yun yung bumaba. Pero daw in terms of the land-based workers, mas marami daw, nag-grow daw yon. And sorry, ito nakita ko na yun, ang dumami daw remittances from US, Japan, Singapore, Oman, and Taiwan. And continued ang growth doon ng mga to. Tapos ang nag-decline ay Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Germany, and United Kingdom. So itong sa Middle East, tingin ko nga, di ba, parang maraming umuwi from the Middle East. So, yon. And sabi dito, highest share to total remittances at 39.7% for January to June ay galing sa US, followed by Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Japan, and the UK, UAE, Canada, Hong Kong, and Qatar. So, yan. So, yun yung news na yan. So, nag-reflect ba siya sa PSEI? Nag-reflect ba siya sa PSEI? So, kung makikita natin, yung PSEI natin ay umakyat. Nung una, sabi natin, no, mataas yung probability na mag 5-5, pero weird ho ang market. The next psychological support na po talaga tong 6,000. So dito, kino-confirm na natin na yung next kung bumaba man to, 6,000, hindi masyado yung 5-5 level, no? Kasi ngayon, nasa 6,156. So, ayun, buti na lang yung mga nag-invest dito. May mga nag-invest ako na client, nasa mga 6,000. Nung bumaba to 5,800, hindi naman sila na shake off. Tawag po dun sa term nila, parang na-shake out. Na nag-shake out, biglang nag-out, ni-realize mo na yung loss mo. Pero during that time, paper loss naman yon. So as of now, up ka. Again, long term naman tingin natin, no? Kasi again, pakita ko lang tong, paano ko ba, yun, sorry. Yan, nawala. Ito, kung papakita ko yung monthly chart natin, malayo pa po yung potential growth talaga natin. Kasi nandito tayo ngayon sa 6-1 level, pero dito ho tayo nang galing ng 2018. So this is really long term, no? Malaki ho yung growth. Babalik pa lang po yan dun sa recent high. Wala pa po kung i-break yan pataas. So yun po. Especially for us millennials, marami pang pwedeng mangyari. So pakita ko lang siguro yung sa Bitcoin, yung Bitcoin natin, no? Kung makikita natin 12,000 na ho yung Bitcoin ngayon, ibig sabihin ang isang Bitcoin po ngayon ay 600,000 pesos na. So itong last March, nasa 4,000 lang siya. Ang 4,000 is equivalent to 200,000, no? So ibig sabihin, nag-grow ang Bitcoin ng 300% o nag-times 3 siya. Times 3 ba? O times 3. Yon. So again, this is the parang future. This is still a speculative investment. Pero sinasabi nila, as we go to the digital economy, parang ito na yung magiging new normal na rin, no? Sabihin natin 5 to 10 years from now. So, yon. Again, this is just my own opinion. It doesn't reflect the opinion of the company. And yun po, kung may opinion din po kayo, feel free to share, and we will comment on it then. So again, investing, may risk po talaga yan, and yun po, wala talaga nakakaalam ng market, no? Lahat ng to ang tinatawag natin dito parang scientific guess, no? Scientific guess based on experience and based on charting na rin and studying the news and everything. So yun, partner.
Yes, thank you, partner, sa update. So ngayon naman, syempre, dadako na tayo sa ating topic, and ayun nga, nabanggit ni partner na last May, I enrolled basic Mandarin course. So, bakit ba ako nag-enroll dito? Because, napapansin ko na dumadami din yung mga Chinese dito, specifically dito sa amin, sa Pasay or sa Metro Manila. Kaya, ayun, parang gusto ko na rin matuto ng Mandarin, not just for, dahil for the sake na gusto ko matuto, but later on, syempre para sa atin, sa business natin, sa pro, and for other matter. Ayun. So, partner?
Ayan. So, sa akin naman, no, share ko lang din, nag-aral ako ng Mandarin, maliban lang din dun sa gusto rin nating matuto na nerdo ho tayo. Again, this is for business purposes. Kasi, siguro explain later ni Lausher, no? Iba ho yung effect pag may foreigner, tapos kinakausap mo siya kahit na utal-utal ka o mali-mali yung grammar mo at alam niyang, uy, nag-e-effort to. Iba ho yung effect nun. Kahit naman po sino, no? Halimbawa, ikaw, Pilipino ka, pumunta ka ibang bansa, kinausap ka, uy, kabayan, kamusta? Di ba pag may foreigner, nagsabi, kamusta? Parang, ay, ang galing, di ba? Parang nakakatawa. So, ganun din ho yung effect nun. So, yan. So, syempre, no, pakilala ka muna ulit, Lausher. Lausher na tawag ko sa kanya. So, Lausher, language teacher po yun, no? So, Lausher, pakilala ka ulit. What's your story? Para lang at least yung viewers natin can know you more. Yeah.
All right. What's my story? How far do you want me to go to my story? Chapter 1, chapter 2? Kahit
Pagka-graduate yan. Oo. And how do you become, parang how did
after
you
graduating.
fell in love in Mandarin and doing this this business?
Mm, I see. All right. Ever since I was a child, when my father was still alive, I already studied in a Chinese school with my sister. Actually, I have a twin sister, but we don't look the
Oh.
same. So we studied Chinese, but the language we studied before was Hokkien or Hua, yung usual
Mhm.
na language dyan sa Binondo, Hokkien.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, hindi siya tumatak, but ang tumatak is yung writing. So after
Mhm.
graduating, I challenged myself to venture to a different industry muna, not teaching. Then 1 year in a BPO company, it's not my place kasi I find it medyo naboboard ako. I like creativity.
Mhm.
I like innovations, creating anything. So desk work, repetition, ayoko. Then God's blessing na rin, there was a out of the blue talaga ang nangyari. Nabalita ng mother na there's an opportunity to study in Beijing.
Mhm.
I took the jump. Although my senior colleagues told me na, ba't ka pa alis? Kumikita ka na dito. I want adventure. So I went there and it was really an adventure. It's it's really nice to go abroad like once in your life and live there for a few months because it's really eye opening. So there for 2 years, and unfortunately due to some family problems I have to go back. And then while here, 1 year, nandyan yung phase ng where am I gonna go. Nararamdaman natin yung phase na yan eh, right? Once in our life. Where should we go? So medyo tambay muna for 1 year. And then until such time, I started with baking. So I went back to one of my passion, which is baking. Nakuha ko yung certificate, pati cookery. And then I tried to open my own business na it's like a pastry business online din. Unfortunately, it's not yet God's plan because He somehow led me to an institution. So nandun na ako nag-work. So I have to close down my business and focus on teaching. Now, originally I'm an English teacher. When I was in China, I've been
Mhm.
freelancing. Freelance lang mga kaklase, foreigners, English, turuan ko din sila. And then, yeah. So, business is actually somehow in my blood na rin because our family used to have a store. My brother also ventured to bicycle. Siya yung nagpauso actually dito ng bisikleta, yung sikat na sikat sa tita namin.
Oo.
So, ayun. And life na rin, somehow I was born with a silver spoon before, but since when our father passed away, I had to find ways on paano kumita. Siyempre, college life, mahirap, ate lang sinusuporta. So,
Mhm.
actually, even high school, my first business was cookies. Doon ako nabuhay
Mhm.
una, cookies, high school. College, cookies ulit, face painting. Pinasok kong face painting. Ako nagpauso sa school. I'm proud of that. Ginaya ng mga ibang department. Right. And so on. Pudding, chocolate pudding, and then painting. I also do painting before as my business. And I'm so thankful with my teachers. Actually, they were supportive naman. At least nakatapos din ako with their help. Then, yun. So, nandun. Kahit saan ako magpunta, nandun yung teaching and nandun yung passion ko rin sa business. So, yeah. Now, what inspired me to open this one, yes, it is actually for just a fundraising before. Because I noticed yung mga students, since it's a public tertiary education place, ang karamihan ng mga students ko, they cannot afford to go to a transition for online. Like pocket
Mhm.
Wi-Fi, they don't have tablets. And
Mhm.
nasa upbringing ko na rin kasi mahilig ako maggawa ng mga projects. I don't know why. I'm an introvert, a completely introvert. I never engage in any social business or any mingling. But our cum laude actually, siya yung outspoken. Siya yung president ng peer counselor dati. Pinasa niya sa akin. Which, what? Bakit sa akin? Then the advisor said, "Oh, ikaw." But I wonder, bakit? Hindi ako nakikihalubilo nun. So, I took the job, eh, and I guess na-enjoy ko rin naman. So, dun lang din proactiveness ko, naging proactive ako. So, yeah, back to that. I started it for the purpose. And I was also thankful for Bill for joining the fundraising. At least I was able to raise about 7 pocket Wi-Fi. I was hoping na matutuloy ko sana, and then pero hindi na matuloy kasi I cannot see my students anymore. But I'm happy that at least I was able to help some of them. Now, so now why fundraising tas ngayon naging business? Because yeah, life happens and I have to focus here now. I guess it's God plan na naman na I'm free as a bird again. So venture ulit. Now, benefits. Should I go na there? Okay, why
Sige.
Mandarin among all language? Why not English? Tuloy-tuloy ko na, madaldal talaga ako ngayon. Madaldal na ako eh.
Pwede naman, sige.
I
So,
can say full sa course ko.
why is it, ako naman, tatanong ko muna now, share, tanong ko muna. So, for our viewers, why is it important or why is it beneficial to study Mandarin? Okay. Ayan, Lausher. Okay.
Alright. Very beneficial. Extremely beneficial. Why?
Mhm.
For Filipinos, English is our second language and we are well known for English, right? Grammar. We're the best among other nations when it comes to grammar. But speaking, we have to improve on our speaking because honestly, medyo may racism din outside if they notice your intonation, the way your accent. Although they say it's Filipino accent is the sexiest, hindi mo maiwasan na may mga konting racism. Now, English is the number one language in the world. Second is Mandarin. Actually, magiging katumbas na rin yung English because of the population of Chinese. And even different nationalities, they opt to study Mandarin instead of English. Seriously. Spanish, we can study Spanish. It's good. It's still beneficial. Pero marami pa rin Spanish, Thailand, Indonesian, they are really studying Mandarin. Since hindi sa pagpropromote ng China, ha? But speaking reality, dun talaga ang business nation. Majority of the products are being fabricated in China. Kaya made in China, pero hindi peke. Ang peke kasi, ginagawa yan ng mga empleyado nila na kinokopya. Pero a lot of famous brands are manufactured in China. Kaya made in China. So yun, business. And yes, because of their long history, close nations sila, they do not accept other languages. So they were able to preserve their own language. Yung katulad sa Philippines sana, yung Alibata, na-preserve din sana yun. Pero na-forgotten na. So it's every language is identity of a culture. So it would be nice kung ma-practice natin Alibata ulit because it's the identity of the Filipinos. Right. Now, since close country sila, they don't speak any other language. So tayo mag-a-adjust sa kanila to communicate with them. And at least sa kanila, they're adjusting also. Why? They're adjusting because now they're open for the English language. And it's quite nice. If you're really good with English and you want to teach, that's the place for you. You're going to earn more than what you earn here. That's what I'm telling you. But you also have to learn some Chinese kasi most of the people that you're gonna interact are yung mga common people, mga sellers. They don't know English. Only English people, people who speak the English language are yung mga nasa corporate. Although not all pa rin. Kaya very beneficial siya. If you're gonna I'm gonna suggest Mandarin ka na. Kasi any country are studying Mandarin. And yeah, they're gonna be the next USA siguro. All right, go ahead, Harold. I'm gonna give the floor to you.
Ayan. Siguro, dagdag ko lang ulit, dagdag ko lang din kasi na-realize ko rin yan. 2019, nag-aral ako ng Nihongo and kasi pumunta kami ng Japan. So, kahit papano, marunong tayo mag-Japanese. Pero nung pumunta kami ng Japan, nagulat ako kasi yung tour guide, maliban doon sa English at saka Nihongo, nagcha-Chinese siya. So, ibig sabihin, di ba? Parang sabi ko, ibig sabihin, kung nag-aral pala akong Chinese, I can converse with everyone. And when you look at the kanji kasi tawag sa Nihongo, yung Chinese character, mas mahirap kung basahin. Pagpunta namin ng Japan, akala ko magaling na ako na parang, kaya ko na mag-converse, no? Pagdating ko doon, lahat pala naka-character kanji. So, ngayon nag-aaral kami ng Mandarin, nakikita ko na, or more or less parehas, no? May similarities na halos talaga, may konting iba lang siguro, pero more or less, same lang din. So, agree na yung Mandarin would be the next parang, ang tawag dito, the next language, no? Again, siguro may negative connotation lang minsan, pag Chinese or sa China galing. Pero one of the, parang pag nakita mo yung culture and the way they see things, the way they do things, di ba? Very hardworking, very respectful, very filial ata yung word na yun. Alam mo yung pag yung loyalty sa family, di ba, will take care of the family kahit magpakapagod ako ng sobra, kahit di na kami kumain, basta yung para sa pamilya, ganun sila. So, I think magagandang values yun, no? And siguro yun din yung result bakit from a closed economy, one of the biggest economy na sila. Kasi yung hard work and yung parang, alam mo yun, yung parang being true to the mission na, okay, we'll do this for the community, we'll do this for the family, we'll do this for the country. Unlike minsan, di ba, pag Pilipinas, hindi, basta ako lang, bahala ka dyan, away-away tayo. Very regionalistic. So, yun, pwede nating pag-aralan yun, pwede nating matutunan yun. So, yan. Ang dami ko na rin sinabi. So, partner, ano ba yung next na tanong natin kay Lausher? Yan.
Yes, ano naman, thank you partner. Ano naman yung mga tips or 3 tips para sa mga gustong mag-aral ng Mandarin or foreign language?
Right. 3 main tips based on experience and observation. First one is repetition. Always repetition. Ulit-ulit lang. As a beginner, it will break your brain. Seriously, sasakit ang ulo mo. But repetition helps recondition your mind. Kasi sanay tayo sa ganito, so we have to adjust. And yes, expect the, masakit talong ulo if you're gonna be serious. Repetition, if you're gonna practice writing, repetition lang ng repetition. Ulit-ulit sulat until masanay. That's how famous people like sports, any basketball, you have to keep on practicing. Nasa practice talaga. And then second would be association. Association would be, for example, the language itself, yung Chinese characters. For Chinese characters, we call that hanzi, right? Hanzi. For the hanzi, associate it or make a story. Find the meaning sa mismong character. For example, I'll show you an example. Right? Ready ako.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. So this one is Baozi. Okay.
Baozi, right?
Shopao, right?
Yeah, Baozi.
For Mandarin, it's Baozi. So this is Pao and then this is Zi. The word Pao means to wrap or ibalot. Just like yung itsura niya, parang binabalot or parang pianono. Diba? Then Zi is actually a kid, bata to. Ngayon, binalot na bata. Why? Because there's a history there. So, nandun na yung association. Pao-zi, binalot yung pao-zi. Yung shopao, binalot, diba? Yung zi, history. If there are kids there, please cover their ears muna. Because it's a bit close. Alright, baka matrauma sila ngayon. It's a story time. So, pao-zi, there was a time before, yung balat lang ng pao-zi, wala pang palaman. Yun yung tawag na manto. Yung balat. Manto ang tawag doon. So, katumba siya ng pandesal sa Philippines. So, it's a staple din doon. There was a time like there's a sea monster who would always ravage the village looking for children. So, instead, they need to sacrifice children to appease the monster or see something. There's a monk before na nag-isip siya, how about lagyan natin ng palaman ng karne yung tinapay, yung manto. Tapos yun ang pinaintingan nila ng mga bata para magmukhang ulo ng bata. So, they deceive the monster. Kaya doon nanggaling yung zi na bata at yung binalot. Right?
Yeah.
Okay na makinig ulit ng kids. So, there's the association. It a story or the main meaning itself, find it in the character for you to remember it. That's one way of learning a language, not just Chinese, any language it is. And then the third one would be use it. There's no other way. You have to use it every day, every minute. If sanay ka gamitin yung word na libro, use the next word, shoe, ganun. Because the amount of words that you know is the same amount or more than the amount of words you know that you have to know when it comes to learning a new language, regardless of any language. Kung wari, ang dami mo, color, there are 10 words. So you have to
Mm.
memorize 10 words in Chinese. China, yeah. Regarding sa sinabi ni Harold about the kanji, because early in the civilization, early history, um, Chinese or China are also influenced the culture of Japanese and Korean. And one
Mhm.
fun fact, not all people know, in the way history of Korea, they actually use the Chinese language, the writing
Mhm.
system. Pero it's
Mhm.
too complicated, kaya binago nila sa writing system nila. You can even look at that at the Nas Daily. He also said that one. When it comes to language, yes, Chinese would be difficult. But when it comes to grammar, the
Mhm.
Mandarin language is the easiest grammar compared to
Mm.
English. English is really complicated. Also, Russian language is complicated. Thai language is also quite complicated. They have a lot of vowels and sounds. Korean language, yung writing system, it's one of the easiest alphabet to learn. Magbasa, magsulat, madali lang because it's like circle, lines, and
Mhm.
square. Japanese, uh, madali siyang masalita if you're gonna speak because it's quite near to our language, like baka, ganun. It's just on
Mhm.
the intonation. And when it
Mhm.
comes to learning a language, always mind the pronunciation as much as possible. We have to speak it how the natives speak, right?
Mhm.
Because it's also a sign of respect. For example, when there's an American trying to speak Filipino, it sounds weird, right? Like, give me an example, Harold. Give me an example. How
Diyan ako
does
kinakabahan, no? Kanina pa ako
American
kinakabahan
speak?
kasi baka mamaya si Lausher magtanong sa akin, ano ibig sabihin nito? Tapos di ko masagot, no? Pero example nakakatawa, di ba? Ano ba, partner? Halimbawa,
How
no,
about you,
yung,
Bill? Any example?
yan, ng Amerikano, foreigner
Or
na
Filipino
magsasalita ng Tagalog.
American.
When they speak, yes. When they're going to speak Tagalog, paano ba sila magsalita?
Kamusta,
Like,
di ba? Yung
think,
kamusta. Di ba? Minsan nakakaano, kamusta po kayo? Di ba?
or uh, barkadas. For us, it's a. The sound is a. Barkada. For them, it's barkada. May a. Iba
Mm.
Yes,
yung
may
tones.
A.
And then kamusta, it's quite the same with the
At,
Spanish. Kumustas.
Mm.
mhm.
Very heavily influenced tayo. And Filipino language is actually, there's a part of the Philippines, halos same sila ng Indonesian language.
Mhm.
Marami ring, Filipinos are very similar with Mexicans, right? Very similar
Yes.
sa mga cultures, empanada. Yes. Another nationality, country would be Indonesia. Ang daming similarity. Like
Mhm.
gunting, gunting. Pasok,
Mm.
papasok ka ng pinto, sa kanila masok. Ganun. Ang daming similarities and we're actually look more like them if you're gonna go anywhere. All right.
Ayan.
So
Lausher,
that's
sorry.
what I
Si,
can
si,
say for now.
singit,
Let's go back to
singit,
Bill or Harold.
yan. Singit ko lang, no?
Sige to si Harold, si
Ayan.
partner.
May nag-comment dito eh. Shout out nga pala kay Rexy, no? Tsaka kay Sweetness si Ann.
Yes, Harold.
So sabi ni Ann
You
kasi,
know?
ad, adobo daw, adobo pag ano, ang tawag dito, adobo. Sabi naman ni Rexon, idobong manok. Ano tama ba? Idobong manok. 'Di ba? Yun yung sabi mo pag ano,
Pag
pag in English daw,
American,
adobong manok,
Ido,
idobong manok.
Idobo.
Ayan. Adobo. So yan. So sa mga viewers natin, no, baka may gusto kayong
Thank
itanong
you for that.
kay Lausher. Yan. Huwag ka muna alis, Lausher. Dito ka lang. Hanggang 12 pa tayo. Huwag biglang
Huwag
umalis.
ka mag-leave.
Ayan. Ayan.
Nawawalan
So,
ako.
sa mga viewers natin, baka may tanong kayo kay Lausher, may gusto kayong about Mandarin, about the culture, feel free to comment, no? Siguro isa dito sa gusto kong i-share, nakakatuwa dahil Lausher, kailan tayo nag-start? June? Ay, July? July, no?
July.
July,
July.
July kami nag-start, so mga 4 weeks pa lang or 5 weeks. Pero marunong na ho ako magsulat ng Hanzi. In a way,
Wow.
kaya ko nang magbasa ng walang pinyin. I mean, kaya magbasa walang pinyin. And ano pa ba? Marunong ako magsulat, marunong ako magbasa, marunong ako magsalita. Pero pag tinanong mo ako ngayon, wala akong masyadong ano. So, pero isang siguro yung ito babasahin ko, no, yung parang Chintian Watcher Sui Xiao Sui Si Zong Wan. So parang sabi nga nila medyo barok ang Chinese, no. Barok talaga siya kasi pag yung sinabi ko kanina, sabi niya ngayon ako punta school aral Chinese, parang ganoon. Kaya maganda yun, nakakatuwa kasi pag tinignan mo bakit yung mga sa Binondo, yung mga old Chinese, ganun sila magsalita. Pero yun pala, pag chinek mo yung Mandarin, ganun pala talaga, ganun lang siya kasimple po pagdating sa grammar. Ang nakakapagod lang talaga, ang mahirap lang talaga yung characters po. Pero sabi ni Lausher, maganda naman daw yung sulat ko. Ayan, pakita ko na lang. Ayan, ewan ko kung nakikita nyo yan. So medyo maganda naman daw yung sulat ko. So yung nakakatuwa kasi you need to practice it. And feeling ko lang, no, sa mga viewers natin, just in case you want to really study Mandarin, therapeutic din siya. Therapeutic kasi once writing, no, writing the Hanzi, wala kang iniisip na iba eh. May problema ba? May pandemic ba? May ano ba? Hindi mo siya iisipin kasi ang hirap niya isulat. Pero alam mo yun, dahil doon, it's a way na nare-relax ka, pero you can use it in the future, especially if you travel and you want to do business in the future, no? Parang tingin ko talagang okay. And shout out din siyempre sa mga friends ko na mga field chief kasi tinutulungan talaga nila ako, especially to si Rexon. Pag wala akong mag-gets, pinipicture ko, sinisend ko sa kanya. Si JM Versosa, no? One time parang yung Sanse Ulyo. Hirap na hirap ako noon yung 1 to 10, pero yun, tinulungan din nila ako. Yan. Ayan. So, baka may trivia ka dyan, Lausher, na for them in terms of parang studying Mandarin or studying siguro other language. Meron ka bang ma-share? Ganyan? O mga parang siguro top 3 words that they can parang learn now.
They can learn, yes.
Yes. Yan.
Pwede yung counting 1 to 10, yung sinabi mo kanina, partner.
Ay, go, Lausher.
Paano mag-count ng 1 to 10 in Mandarin?
Nako, ako ba magsasabi?
Trivia.
Ayan, may trivia daw. May trivia daw si Lausher. Baka mali.
Numbers, so it's like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Yun lang. So, pag mabilisan, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Kasi yung speaking for a beginner, when you're a beginner, exaggerate mo muna yung tones. Because affected ng mother tongue natin ng Tagalog, yung tones, since Chinese is tonal. Most of our tones sa Filipino, for example, bababa, bababa. Same spelling but different tone. Bababa, question, up, going up. Pero majority of the tones of the Filipino language is pababa or flat. So, nandun yung sa Chinese mapapractice. And, one fun fact, it will also help improve your English pronunciation if you practice Mandarin. That is a fact because of the tones. Even before when I was working in a BPO company, pilit ang English ko. Then I learned this one. My English speaking is quite natural na. Although, since medyo 2 years in the Philippines, wala akong makausap in English, medyo nawawala. And then, be careful lang kasi it will affect your English grammar once you learn Mandarin kasi talagang, magka-opposite. They don't have articles. Can we play a game? Do we still have time?
Sure.
Yan.
Yes.
Sige,
And Harold
pa.
Tayong dalawa maglalaro.
Testing tayo, Harold.
Patay tayo dyan. Okay.
Yes,
Exam nyo na pala to eh.
Tignan natin.
Lagot. Parang mapapaya ako. Ayan. So, sa mga...
This one, let's see how many words. Huwag mo.
Yan. O, sige.
Go ahead,
let's start. So, sige, dun sa mga viewers natin, baka gusto nyo rin sumagot, tulungan nyo ako. Feel free to comment, no? Feel free to comment. Ayan. Sige, go Lausher, let's start.
Or kung anong meaning. Try to find the meaning. So read each Let's see how many words can you read. Wag mo akong pahiyain, Harold.
Animals pa, no?
Alright, let's start.
Ano pala to? Quiz.
Dalawa ko ba yan? Yan. Kung di ako nagkakamali, no, that's Shirse, which is lion. Tama? Lion? Shirse?
Yes, lion.
Yeah, tama.
Shih Tzu.
Lion.
Yes.
Wow.
And then that's the... Okay. What's the next? That's that's lao. That's the first word, lao, and the second word is a tiger. So lao. What's lao? Tama? Yes,
Yes,
lao. That's tiger. Natatakot na ako. Okay. So dito guys, no, maganda dito kasi in the ways of learning the language, itong pinapakita ngayon ni Lausher. Ayun, Lausher, pakita nyo. I know that kung anong ano yan. So that one is yung sa second character, that's S, which is color. So every time nakakita ka ng S, you see na ganyan, color na yan. So ganun lang yung parang way, for me, no, the way I study it. And yung first part, that's a lipstick eh. So parang lips, tapos parang may lipstick. So hongsu, which means red. Yan. Buti na lang, tama. Okay, that's red. Okay. Kinakabahan ako, grabe, may ganito pala. Okay. O yan, yung ganyan naman, ano ibig sabihin yan? So the way I look at it, isundan ko na lang din ng ng medyo ng kanji. Sa kanji, the lower part is like water. Pero alam ko sa hanzi, which is yung Chinese, that's water also. And then sa taas, may umaangat, may nagsasprout. So ibig sabihin, pag may nagsasprout, di ba halaman? So kulay, green. Ano ba ang green, di ba? Luntian. So ibig sabihin, lusu. Tama ba? Lusu, green. Yes? Tama? Hindi lusu. Lause.
Tada! Yes, correct.
Oh, yan.
Wow.
Wait.
Ayan, madali lang to.
Correct.
Ayan. Yung the next naman, that's Kaka.
Yes.
Kaka means older brother. Yan,
It
medyo
is.
madali lang.
Wait.
Yan. Yan, nadali lang ng konti, Lausher. May delay ng konti. Grabe. Ayan, that's
Malayo
Don't worry, three more.
Kaka brother. Yan. Kaka.
Yeah,
Kaka.
brother. Sorry, medyo
Older
naglalag.
brother.
Older
Ayan.
brother. Alright.
Grabe.
Three more.
That's the dito, no, sa mga viewers natin, pag nakakita ka ng first character na ganyan, ibig sabihin it's a four-legged animal. So that's the way you study a language, no? And then dito sa second part, parang ako, the way I look at it, parang may pig na niro-roast, 'di ba? Parang may lechon baboy na niro-roast. So that's a pig. So ano ba ang tinatawag ng pig, 'di ba? Parang oink oink, pero hindi kasi oink oink yan. So chew, 'di ba? Chew. Kasi choink, parang gano'n na lang. Tama ba? It's chew, which is pig. Yan, no, 'di ba? Hindi pa ako nagkakamali.
Yes.
Nakakatakot naman.
Pig. So,
Okay.
two more.
Ayan. So, okay. So yung sa right side na yan, makikita
Don't worry,
mo.
dalawa na lang.
Grabe to. Yung doon sa right side, makikita mo that's a bird, no? Parang bird. And then doon sa left side, parang may, parang may tuka. So that's a rooster. A rooster is tsi. O J-I, no? Tsi. So that's a chicken. That's the hanzi of a chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah, tsi.
Chicken.
Ayun,
Because
sumasagot
this
si Jay.
one is the first,
Sumasagot si
that's
Jay.
the
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Last
And
one. Right, last one.
the last one, this is almost the same. Tatanggalin mo lang yung sa lower part. That's almost the same as the kanji of father, no? Otosan sa Nihongo. Pero for here, that's papa. So papa, which means father sa Mandarin, hansi. Yeah, sa hansi, no, which is papa. Yeah. Ayun, tama ba, Lausher?
Alright.
Buti na lang.
Yes, perfect.
Ni
8 over
partner.
8. Very good.
Ayan,
Surprise
so guys, so, makikita nyo na, ibig sabihin, effective magturo si Lyn, no? Galing siya magturo. If you're really interested and you want to study, and alam mo yun, parang pag tinignan natin, ilang characters yun, Lausher? Mga 10? 10 ba yun?
8. 8 times
no?
2, so that would be about 8 times 2, 16. 16 characters na. Wait,
Diba,
8,
the
yeah.
16 characters,
This one is
nakakatuwa.
Mga 16
Yan.
characters na.
Yeah, nakakatuwa ho talaga kasi parang it's parang achievement mo na rin, no? Personal achievement. And hindi mo alam pero in the future you can really use it. So kung sa inyo no na you want to study something new, I would really hindi dahil sa ano no, hindi dahil binibenta natin itong course na to, pero talagang maganda ho. Ang sarap po ng feeling na parang ngayon I can read a Hanse and I can pronounce it, and at the same time I can understand. So sa mga nerds din, 'di ba, parang it's something that tingin ko useful siya, no? It's worth it. And sobrang hindi ho ganun kamahal ang rate ni Lauscher, no? At ang maganda dito, lahat to online. So again, 'di ba, during this lockdown, hindi naman kami nakakalabas pero I was able to study Mandarin. And si Bille nga pala, nag-take din ng course si Bille. Daya mo partner, hindi ka nagbasa kanina. Ayan. Ayan. Si Bille ay nag-take din ng course, and now no, nasa online, very tawag dito, very convenient to study.
Flexible.
And online, meron siyang may kit to. So panoorin niyo ho yung online 7/7 online hall ko. Part po doon yung kit ng Mandarin, no, yung Mandarin kit na pinadala ni Lauscher. So ayun. Ayan, partner, may tanong ka ba? May tanong ka ba kay Lauscher? O gustong idagdag?
Wala naman. Pero ayun, napaka-interesting pag-aralan ng Mandarin because the characters or yung mga Hanse
Yes.
ay may mga may mga kwento in every character para talagang mas madali siyang matutunan. Unlike 'di ba sa letter A, B, C, hindi naman natin alam kung ano yung background kung paano siya nagawa. Pero ayun sa Mandarin, yun yung isa sa nagpapa-excite to study basic or yung Mandarin language. Ayun.
Yan. So, Lauscher, saan sila pwede pumunta na website or na parang Facebook page for them to ask no about the services that you offer? Yan.
Yeah. The page name would be Basic Mandarin 101. That one.
Okay.
And then just find the logo niya. It's like a lantern. Basic Mandarin 101. It's quite new, so it's still on a working process, right? And
Yes.
regarding the availment of the program or the courses, there are different focus. If you just want to focus on speaking, you can opt to that. If you want to focus on reading and speaking, it's okay. And if you want to focus like yung kay Harold, speaking, reading, and writing, meron din. Kasi I learned based on experience, hindi lahat ng tao gusto nang matuto ng writing.
Yes.
Right? And
Ayan.
for this one, very basic. Ang nag-iba dito kasi na ginawa ko is that I observed some, I will not name names, okay? I observed hindi talagang tutok ini-explain kung ano yung tips and tricks kung paano ma-learn yung language. Ito yung medyo, I want to, yung parang gusto kong, how you say that in Filipino, yung parang punuin mo yung kulang. Right?
Mhm.
So, yeah. And it's Harold that you have taken my notes on how to learn the language. So I'm sure once we finish this course, you can go and study it on your own. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Scan this one para mas madali. All right. Thank you so
Yan.
much. And Harold?
Yan. So, ito yung ito yung QR code. Pwede niyo i-screenshot ngayon para later pwede niyo balikan dun sa Basic Mandarin 101. Okay? So guys, ang ganda kasi totoo, not everyone wants to study the writing part kasi ang hirap po niya. Pero reading and speaking it, I think okay na siya. Malaking bagay na yun, no? Parang pag nakakarinig tapos nakakapagsalita ka. So, yung comprehension din. So, yun. So, syempre, no, sa ating mga viewers, Basic Mandarin 101, huwag niyong kalimutan. And meron tayong contest. Ano nga ba yung contest natin? Kailangan nyo lang i-share ito if you are watching sa Facebook. Dun po sa page ni TPG, no? Kung kay TPG ka nanonood. Kung kay MWP ka nanonood, punta ka lang sa YouTube channel at doon ka sasagot. Okay, you can win 50 pesos from MWP YouTube and you can win 50 pesos naman kay TPG through GCash. And again, the GCash you can use to buy Bitcoin. So grabe ho yung growth ng Bitcoin, no? That's 300% for the past 2 months ata kung tinignan natin yung graph kanina. Or pwede mong gamitin kung saan man. So yun, bigyan natin sila ng time, partner, na i-share. Pwede sigurong ipa-plug lang din namin, no, yung TPG mask natin. Ayan, sabi ni Jazz, so sabi niya how. Ayan, marunong ako magbasa, tama ba? how. So sabi niya good, no? Sabi niya
How?
good or yes, yan, how, di ba?
Wow,
Yan.
amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Marunong. Nakakatakot din pala, no? Pag yung parang teacher mo, biglang in-interview mo, tapos tanungin ka niya, no? Ano ibig sabihin nito? Tapos hindi mo masagot. Ayan. So
Yeah.
partner, ano
Share
yung,
ko lang partner yung page ni Lyn. This is the page Basic Mandarin 101. And meron siyang, nakapost dito yung package for the course. Which is hanggang tomorrow na lang. Di ba? Tama ba, Lyn?
yan.
Scroll
yeah,
down ko
yung
lang.
naka-promo siya. That one,
Ayan,
halos aabot na siya ng March kasi a week. 2 meetings a week, 1 hour. Abot na siya for March.
March next year?
So yun, hindi ganun kabilis naman yun. Yes, aabot na siya ng March. 2 meetings a
Oh,
week,
tagal.
hour.
Isingit ko lang din pala, no, for our viewers, no, kasama dun sa package na binigay sa akin, yung calligraphy set, ay parang calligraphy. So if you want to, yung writing, no, and you want to practice, ang cool nito kasi babasain mo lang siya ng tubig, tapos you can practice, no, tapos mawawala na siya. So yan, you can also, ayan, yan, no, parang may ganyan ata, nandyan sa ano.
Kayo nga to.
Kami ni
Kayo
Jay
ni
yan.
Jay.
Yan.
Ayan,
Actually,
yung mga...
calligraphy set, okay din sa mga kids yun. Pag-practice ng focus. That's the main
Yes.
goal of a calligraphy, focus and patience. Okay na okay
Yes.
siya sa mga bata. And also
Ayan.
for adults, a form of meditation.
So ito yung limited time offer for the basic Mandarin course. So hanggang bukas nyo na lang po ito pwede ma-avail. And class starts on August 20 and ends on March 13. So magkano po siya? It's 18,800 pesos for 60 sessions. Ayun.
And you can message Lausher kasi if you want to parang do it with parang a friend katulad namin ni Jay, no, na may kasama kami. I think I'm not sure, no, pero depende. You can discuss with Lausher paano yung process or paano yung pricing. So yan, and how you can ayun. So partner, may TPG mask tayo. Yan.
Yes. Ito yung mga TPG mask. Ito yung mga actual for financial advisors, faith-themed, at saka meron university designs. You can go to these sites to order. At saka on Saturday, plug ko na rin partner, we will have a career preview. If you want to have extra income or extra pinagkakakitaan, you can be a part-time financial consultant. So sa amin po, sa branch namin, which is located in Ayala Avenue, Makati, we have an online preview at 7 p.m. Sila partner, it's at 4 p.m. naman. 4, yes.
Yeah.
And on August 22, we have a company-sponsored online webinar. So, message nyo lang kami ni partner kung paano po mag-register. And on Thursday, ayan, so meron po tayong continuation sa ating topic na investment fund with Ms. Rhea Mariel Bautista. Hindi na po magiging 2 hours, hindi. Ano na lang po yun? 1 oras na lang.
Mga 1 hour and 59 minutes. Hindi, joke lang. So, ayun po, no, yung, kung di nyo pa ho napanood, yung last week natin na Thursdays about investment funds sa money market and bond fund. So, ngayon, may nagtanong doon about equity. So, on Thursday, we will be discussing the equity fund or the stock market, no? Yan yung isang term, no? Equity or the stock market. Pahabol na lang, partner, hindi ko lang alam si Miss Jazz nag-comment. Hindi ko lang alam kung pingin ba, ano ba to? Siot Henry Ives o hindi. Ano ba yan? Pangalan ba yan? Is that a Chinese? No? Okay, sige. Baka yan, may pinapacheck siya. Yun. Okay. So, ayun po, no? So, partner, ano yung tanong natin? Ang tanong natin ay...
Yes, ang Facebook page ni Miss Lyn.
Uy. Oo nga pala. Uy yung gusto. Yan. Yung mentor ko, si Willison Uy. Uy kasi ang tawag ko, no? Baka gusto rin niya Uy, no? Yan.
Maraming mga fields sa branch ni Harold at sa amin din.
Sa amin kasi yung first branch na yung area namin sa Binondo. So, pero doon, Fukien ang mas ginagamit. So, Tosha, di ba? Ano nga ba yung, nakalimutan ko na, ang number? Each Nissan, Go, Lock, Cheat pa. Couchap. Okay.
Pero yung Fukien pala, meron nagkakaiba. Depende rin. Kasi yung, like my Indonesian friend, she knows Fukien, pero iba yung Tanong
Iba
nila.
yung pronunciation.
Oo. Ang dami. Marami.
Yan.
Alright.
So, si Jazz, Ma'am Jazz, kulang po yung first. Kailangan ata ng
Yes.
kailangan ata ng may parang basic. No? Meron sa unahan. Ayan. So, yung brother pala niya yon, si Shoti Henry, ini-invite niya, no, to join. Ayan, may i-refer din ako kasi may mga nagtatanong sa branch namin na mga Chinese na to, Chinese sila pero they want to yung enhance their Mandarin, no? Kasi nga iba nga talaga yung Fukien, iba rin yung Mandarin. So, yan, we'll refer it to you, Laosher. Yan, may sumagot na ba? Tama na?
Ano yung meaning nito?
Numbers, yan.
Ayan yung numbers.
Yeah.
Years,
Yes,
1 to
numbers.
Julio, Chi, Pa, Cho, Sure. Yan. Tapos ang cool, no? Minsan
Yes.
kahit
Perfect.
yung numbers lang yung pag-aaralan nyo, alam mo na yung 1 to 100 kasi halimbawa ang 11 sure yung 12. So parang 10-1, 10-2. Ewan ko parang sa Singaporean math or sa Chinese math, ganun din sila mag-isip kasi parang mas mabilis sila mag-compute, no? 11 plus 11, okay. 11, paano ba?
When it comes to math, don't ask me.
Pero parang there's a technique, no? Kasi hindi sila
ganun.
11 or 12.
10, 1, pero
sila 10, isa, dalawa, parang ganun. 2, 10, 2. Kasi diba? That's 22, parang ganun. Ayan. Ewan ko kung tama pa ba mga yung
competition
pronunciation.
with math, what ako. Not all Chinese are good with math.
Ayan, partner. May sumagot na. Parang sa... Yan.
Meron
So,
na nanalo sa TPG. So, si Miss Jazz, meron pa akong utang sa kanya.
yeah.
So, sasabay ka lang dito.
Opo. Dito naman sa sa KMWP, wala pang sumasagot pero screenshot nyo na lang po, no, tapos send nyo sa akin once na sumagot na po kayo para papadala po natin yung 50 pesos GCash. So DC? Ano yun? Ano ba to? Ano po ibig sabihin ito? DC. Hindi ko alam kung
DDC, yeah, sa Fukien.
Sa Fukien. Okay. That's 22. Ano yun? Ano ibig sabihin po nun? Ayan. So, hindi namin alam.
I think it's that.
Okay.
Hindi ko na matanda ng Fukien. Kuya ko ang tulong.
Ayan. Multiplication. Ayan, Ayan. D. Okay, sige. Okay, hindi ko na po siya aanuhin. Pero maraming salamat Miss Jazz, no?
Yes.
Sobrang active. Achi Jazz ba? Achi. Okay. Ano pa lang po ako? Ano ba? Ursher Cho. So hindi pa po ako, mukha lang akong ano ba, uncle, pero ano lang po ako. Ano lang tawag? minsan grabe pag yan. Okay. Ayan. So, maraming salamat, no, sa ating mga viewers, no, for watching. Maraming salamat, Lausher, for accepting our invitation. Huwag muna kayo umalis after. Let's just have a picture with TPG. And yan. So, end ko na, partner. O may gusto bang idagdag?
Wala naman. Basta ayun, sama-sama tayo muli on Thursday at 11 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe on our different social media platforms ni partner. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Good night and God bless.
Ayan. So, hindi ko pa na-close, partner. Wait lang. yung script ko, wait lang. So, hope you enjoyed the 30-second.
Sorry.
Akala ko Ayan. Tapusin ko na yung script. Pagbigyan nyo na ako kasi 30-second habit na to. So, sanay na tayong ganito, di ba? So, hope you enjoyed the 30-second episode of the Late Night Tambayan with TPG and MWP. Kindly don't forget to follow us in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, TikTok. Sa lahat po ng social media channels, nandiyan kami. My name again is Harold Gardon. I'm the Millennial Wealth Planner. And my partner is yan, partner. Yan yung sasabihin mo.
Sorry, Marta. Akala ko magka-close ka na. Kaya mag-live tayo. Yes, thank you again, Lyn, for being our guest on a 32nd episode dito sa Late Night Tambayan. And I'm Bill Christian Temanel, founder and content creator of the Prudent Generation. Palaganap na pinansyal na edukasyon sa Gen Zs at Millennials. Maraming salamat sa panonood. See you on Thursday at 11 p.m.
Good morning.